They obviously miss Zach Hyman a lot. You don't just subtract a player from the lineup without feeling it in any
Yeah.
sort of way. But you just look at the fact that Corey Perry has become or continued to be, I suppose, an elite net front guy, which is exactly what Zach Hyman was doing last year when he was racking up the goals. And Corey Perry seems to be able to keep up with Connor and Leon on the top line. That trio's played more together than I think any trio through 2 games. Corey Perry, the tying goal, the crowd goes nuts, everything about it. He's a playoff legend. But what he's doing to cover for that Hyman loss is it's massive. Like, this series might not be, as much as his impact was more in game 2 than game 1. Like, this series might not be 1-1 if you don't have Corey Perry playing important top line minutes for you.
I would agree. And, I think what it is two different players, right? Similar in a lot of regards, the net front presence, the tenacity to get there, the willingness to take a beating in front of the net, retrievals on pucks. I'd say Hyman's a little faster to get to those pucks. But I'd say that Perry has the ability to make the finite play better. So he can make those high-skilled little plays, the overtime game winner in game 1, the little reverse behind the back, and it's right on the tape. He's a cerebral player. I think Hyman's a little more of, I'm just going to go and win the battle. I'm going to take this away from you. Yes, he has finish. Yes, he has skill. But I would say that Corey Perry's career has been based off of what he can do with the puck on a stick. He's excellent at protecting, and he has a poise. He has an amazing poise with the puck on his stick. So he can play with those high-end players. He's done a great job. I think he's surprised a lot of people. He surprised me, I'll admit it. I mean, 40 years old, you start to get to that point in your career and you start to think it's going to wind down. But I do know for a fact, and I've talked to Corey about this at length many times, he really devotes himself to being ready each and every day. Like, it's, we had this conversation, and I'll bring it up here. We had this conversation about Bergeron in Boston, about the fact that he was spending hours getting himself ready to play every day. Like, people don't realize that behind the scenes, he was literally going to the training staff. He had a routine that was lengthy, and in the playoffs, it was even longer. You are literally preparing yourself to play for every game, and then as soon as that game ends, it starts over again, the cycle. If you have an extra day, great. You just continue to get yourself ready to play the next game, and I think every player has that mentality in the playoffs. It's about the next game and what you do in between getting yourself ready. Corey Perry's done that all year. I watch him on the plane. I look at him, what he's doing. He's sleeping on the plane. He's getting his rest. He says he has to get his sleep. He makes sure that he eats well. He's doing everything that's in his power to make sure that at 40 years of age now, he can compete with the best in the world that are very young. This is a young league, and it boots out the old timers pretty quick. But the few that have the ability, number one, the mindset, number two, and the intestinal fortitude to keep battling like Corey Perry does. And I'd say Brad Marchand on the other side as well. Older guys that have been around for a long time, that have been in those battles over and over and over again, understand what it takes to compete at that level. And Corey Perry's doing it again. He's been awesome. I mean, I think he's been incredible. And the motivation is there, guys. It's his 6th Stanley Cup, right? 6th Stanley Cup final. He's won one. He won the first one he was in. He's lost the last 4. And he wants to win another one. So there's a lot of motivation there.
I love that. The younger guys, I think they play like Mario Kart on the plane. I'm sure there's like some card players. Corey Perry's like, "You're kidding me? A couple hours without my kids? I'm sleeping. Why? I'm sleeping for the 3 hours."
Well, as a guy in his 40s, to activate your body to be able to play an NHL game is a Herculean effort in itself.
Like I'm only 14 years older than him. I'm 54. I played, 8 or 9 rounds of golf, maybe 10 rounds of golf. I had to take the weekend off. My back was sore from golf. I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy's going out there getting cross-checked in the back, high stuck, flattened in front. They call him the worm for a reason. He gets in there and, similar to the worm in the NBA, Dennis Rodman, the way that he would be able to navigate underneath that rim and find those rebounds, Corey Perry navigates his way into that mosh pit that's the front of the net. And the Florida Panthers protected as well as anybody. They've gone up against some teams here, the Vegas Golden Knights, the Los Angeles Kings, Dallas Stars, maybe not as much as the first 2 in my opinion, but still pretty solid. But this Florida Panther team, they lean on you. They give you extra. And you've got to just weather that. You've got to go in there and understand that's going to be part of it. You're going to take those shots. And you know what? He's done a great job of it. Great job of it.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.